Somebody lands on your profile and decides whether to keep reading in about 3 seconds. They're deciding on four things. Most of you have worked on one of them. So the four things, right? Your photo, your banner, your headline, and the button underneath. Together, they're the top card, right? The only part of your profile that's guaranteed to be seen by somebody who clicks on it or somebody that comes across it, right? Often people are like rewriting their about section, updating their experience, and spending hours on this stuff, right? And listen, I love when people get to my about section. Like, I want you to get to my about section, but the percentage of people that get from that are making decisions from the headline before they even get to the about section is higher than you think, right? So we need to make sure, like, once they look at your headline to decide if it's even worth reading the about section, right? So you've got to do that piece first. So the top card is like not, it's your first impression, but it's also kind of like the qualifying round, right? Like if you can't get past that, you're not going to get to your about section. So don't even bother, right? Don't even bother. So let's first talk about your picture. There's so many ways you can do this these days, right? There's AI pictures that look pretty freaking good. I'm never gonna beat people up about that, especially if you make sure that it looks authentic. You can get your photo taken pretty much anywhere. Chambers of Commerce have headshot days, conferences have headshot booths, right? So make sure you've got a great picture. And it needs to be something that, it's so funny because they talk about LinkedIn pictures like the buttoned up picture, right? Like the buttoned up picture. And it doesn't really need to be that, but I definitely wanted it's not like you're not holding a picture of your dog, right? Or your kids. It's not like a Facebook picture. But I do love that you can infuse a little bit of personality into it, whatever that looks like for you. Because really what you want somebody to look at and think of when they see your picture is this somebody I want to know? Is this somebody I want to be in the same room with? Right? So, not standing in a garden. If you've got a great picture of yourself standing in a garden, crop your head and shoulders, right? On mobile, it renders about like this size of your thumbnail, right? It's tiny. So make sure it's your face and not just one big face, right? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like center it kind of in the middle. You also don't want to be looking out of screen, right? So like if you're in your LinkedIn profile, let's say this is my LinkedIn profile and my profile's all over here. I don't want to be looking over here because then I'm looking away from my profile, right? You want to, if anything, look towards your profile, like face towards your profile. So you're kind of including it, or look straight ahead, right? But be sure that it's recent enough that you'll be recognized, right? If somebody meets you and does, a double take, nobody wants that. We don't want that. We're all about authenticity here, right? We're all about authenticity here. Use AI if you want, but make sure it still looks like you. And this piece of it matters the most. You want to look like somebody that would be easy to talk to, right? Like warm is better than polished. And it's not like it's true for everyone, not just women, right? It's warm is better than polished. You want to look like somebody like you can jump into the conversation. Okay, does that make sense? All you really need is decent light and a great expression, and you're good to go. You can even do this yourself. If you're new here, I'm Karen Yankovich. This is Category of One. I am live every day, 9 a.m. Eastern for 15 minutes through the middle of December. Excited to be here with you doing this. This is we're talking a lot about strategy in these sessions. Today's Monday, and Monday is all about your profile. So we wanted to dive into that. All right, so we've gotten the first of the four, right? Your face, your picture. Now let's think about your banner. This is so often the most wasted real estate on the entire platform. Many people just have like the default blue or a skyline or a stock photo of a laptop, and all three say nothing. And it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to hire somebody to do this, right? Like you can certainly do something in Canva, or you can just upload a picture. Like if you have a local based business, grab a shot of some really cool landmark in your community and just use that. It's better than the stock photo, right? It's the largest visual space you control and it's completely free, right? So think about like who you serve and what it changes, right? Like maybe if you want to be speaking, like I changed my banner. Well, first of all, we'll talk about my banner in a minute because I have a carousel, but if I was doing a static banner, I would change it depending on what I'm doing. If it's a season that I'm applying to stages, I'll probably have a picture of me with a microphone in my header photo, right? If it's a season that I've got, some kind of launch going, maybe I'll change it to something talking about that. Maybe, if I'm pitching myself for a lot of podcasts, a strip of shows that I've already been on, right? Keep the third left and the bottom clear, because that's where your photo and name sit. So you want to make sure that you check it on mobile and desktop. Um, if somebody's deciding whether or not to book you, the banner is the closest thing you have to a stage, right? So use it. Now, I have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, I have LinkedIn Premium, and it gives me the opportunity to create a carousel in my header image. I did it because I can. I don't really know that that's helping me any more than it, but it's kind of cool. So I've got that there, and gives me a chance to kind of show off a little bit, right? Which is what I want to be doing, which is what I want you to be doing. Let's talk about your headline. This is deliberately short, right? On day 5, back to day 5, we did a whole episode on your headline. So you can go back to that episode. The first 40 characters survive the cut, right? When they truncate it off. So front load who you serve and what changes. Your headline should tell people who you are, who you help, and how you help them. Okay. And there's a test for this, right? If you write a headline that you can think of even 5 other people that could copy and paste it into their LinkedIn headline, you're not a category of one, right? We want you to be a category of one. Please create this very specifically. Again, if you missed last Monday, that's the whole episode. Go watch it. In fact, I want to ask you, did you actually change your headline last week? Tell me what you changed, and what you changed it to, because I think that this piece right here is one of the most important pieces on your LinkedIn profile, and not enough of us are taking advantage of it. So many people have like CEO, or, who's looking for a CEO, right? Not your clients, that's for sure. So, your headline. All right, the last one, the button underneath, the one nobody thinks about. Open to work, providing services, a featured link, the newsletter subscribe button, whatever's there is what you've told LinkedIn you want. Most people most people set it and forget it. So if you wanted to be booked to speak or hired to consult, the button should say so. I actually have a button on mine. If you want to do a quick 15-minute call with me, click the button underneath my thing, and you and me, we'll just get together and do some, like hot seat brainstorming for your profile, or whatever. But what is, and I can change it, right? You can change it. You definitely want to do something though that, like, if you list building, then maybe send somebody to a lead magnet. If you are, want to get more calls booked on your calendar, put a book a call link in there, right? So I get that I gave you 4 things, and listen, they're 4 easy things. So come on, let's not get carried away here. This is not like the bar exam. But I'm only going to ask you to pick one of the 4 today. Pick one of the 4, not all 4. Do it now. Do it before lunch. The banner is the highest return for the easiest effort. It takes 15 minutes in Canva. And when I tell you I have absolutely no design DNA and I can do it in Canva, you can do it in Canva. You can even ask Canva to do it for you. Give them your colors, give them what you want it, theme it to be, what you want it to say, maybe some words you want to put in there. So, let me know what you're fixing. Drop it in the comments if you're up for that. And then again, if you just got here today, I'm Karen Yankovich. This is the category of one. Every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, 15 minutes. It's not even going to be 15 minutes today. This is exactly what we do in day 1 of the intensive we're doing in September, the whole top card together in one session. Comment category, and I'll put you on the list. It's a completely free 3-day LinkedIn profile intensive. A lot of the stuff we're talking about here in the category of 1 is strategy based. And I want you, the strategy works best if the profile piece is covered, right? So the strategy is going to take you through Q4 with amazing success. Let's set it up for best success by having a great profile. So comment category below, and we'll add you to the list for the LinkedIn profile intensive in September. Again, it's completely free. So yesterday we set your baseline. Today we talked about that top card. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about podcasts. Tomorrow's a big one. You want to be here for tomorrow, but I want you to remember that podcast book 6 to 8 weeks out, which means Q4 is being decided this week. Okay. This is it. Day 12. See you at 9 o'clock tomorrow.